I'm Anaïs, Traore, Anaïs, you can call me, and I've been working with KOKOH on a song which is called Without Walls.
My name is Amy. I am a set and costume designer.
My name's Antonio Milo, the creative director at SuperBlimp. We specialise in visual effects and animation. We were invited by Focal Rhythm to collaborate on this music video. Working with Fabrizio, we created an exterior completely in CG that is overlaid on top of the actual video footage, and this gave us a lot of kind of freedom to work on the different seasons.
I started working with the director and I got introduced to the DOP and KOKOH and made it look how everyone wanted it to look.
The way we came to write a song together was we both came out of like a difficult relationship, and we both wanted to kind of, you know, do something together.
We listened to his album, and when we were approached to work on this project, we couldn't help ourselves. We were really up for it. Also, the concept for the music video was really strong. We really liked the narrative, and we thought we could actually bring something to the table.
There was never a moment that we were saying, oh no, it's not gonna work. It was always like, yeah, what else can we do? Let's go further, let's add a beat, let's add more vocals. So yeah, there was a lot of fun.
One of the strongest points about this concept is that you see this story unravel of these two people who started together, but then their relationship just broke down over time.
The song Without Walls in itself is a really sad song. I mean, that's the feedback I got, but I found it quite powerful. And then if you listen to the whole album as a whole, for me what I like is first it starts with an intro, like an instrumental. So it just all reminds me of back in the days when you used to put an album in, and you know, I'm really into my rock music, so a lot of the songs can remind you of Depeche Mode or 80s. It's got beats, it's got techno.
I mean, the main thing I remember is the "don't get attached to the walls." Is him saying maybe this doesn't matter, like the house we're in doesn't matter, you need to find something you love and you need to do it so we can be on the same level again.
I think when we listened to the track and we listened to and we checked out the initial play, immediately it struck us that emotionally the weather had to kind of work with the events on screen. So for us that was something that was key, and that's really just allowed us to kind of bring the third character into the story, which are the different seasons. And you could argue that each season is a character unto itself that interacts with the actual actors on screen.
It's really a progression, and then how it relates to the music video. We're talking about season here, so you know how your relationship goes from high, you know, everything's great, you know, first couple of months, the buzz of the relationship, and the high fades into the winter, but what's happening after the winter is the spring again. So it's a circle, it's a cycle, it's just the cycle of life, you know.
And that was really great fun for us because it kind of just allowed us to really dive deep into each season and to really kind of try to connect those different emotions that the average person would experience when experiencing these different seasons. You know, summer would generally be happier and more fiery, but then as you go into winter, things become a bit more serious and colder and things are more critical, but at the same time every season has their own kind of method of celebration.
The beginning scene when they moved in, it was kind of just really casual clothes and kind of things that you'd have to be comfortable around someone to wear, and things you would wear in the beginning of a relationship when you're happy and flirty and fun and you don't really care because you're in love with each other and you think each other are beautiful without makeup and all that drama. And then move into summer where they get quite confident in what they're wearing, and Anaïs is wearing like a nice summer dress and feeling flirty, and they're attracted to each other, and that's what they're trying to do and they're trying to be, as you can see in the video. And then we move on again and it just becomes bland. There's no colour, there's no excitement, there's no effort. It's just kind of business wear, and it's just really stern and it matches the environment. And we come to the end when the money is taken over her. He's wearing a really nice shirt and things, but it's more subtle, and she goes just over the top with a fur piece and the hat and the long coat and heels. And it's just completely the opposite of what she was in the beginning. So you see she's changed in just like a year from this kind of chilled out girl who's happy to move in with her boyfriend to just this wannabe celeb woman with a lot of money. Yeah, he's just forgotten what they had and what their house was to them.
The music video shows that in a way that there's a lot of emotions. You know, you can see when we fight, you can see when we love each other, we can see when it's the end of it. It's quite powerful and it's quite clear.
Just us without bricks, most love life.
So Unloved for me is kind of a tricky word. I love it because we all unloved at some point.
Being loved is almost a subjective thing in the sense that you can go through life never feeling like you've been loved, but the reality is there are people that do love you. It's just about whether you can see it and whether you can acknowledge it. You'd have to be in quite a difficult situation to go through life. There is someone out there for everyone. It's just a matter of just being brave enough to go and look for them, and rather than just accepting what you have. And so that concept in itself is such a powerful concept, that there's people out there that just are unaware that they could have a better life if they just were just more sure of themselves and just a bit more, just braver.
I'd say feeling loved is probably knowing you have someone there. I guess you don't really take as many leaps because you don't have that confidence that someone's there behind you. So maybe that was what was happening in the video, was that the character KOKOH was playing. He was really motivated and wanted to do his career, but then his girlfriend was just kind of not interested because she felt like she was unloved, I guess, because he was moving on at this level when she was moving at this level.
It's a play on the word of the terminology of love, you know. And a lot of people can identify themselves. I think it happens to a lot of people. And what does love mean?
Originally, when I was with my partner, we lived in a flat share, and it was, you know, just a cheap room, which was easy. But then I got a really well-paid job, and I started going out more and started doing more. But then I was the only one who could afford it. And then there was this massive distance, and then it got to a point of like we were really different. And I think that's what happened in the story we tried to portray with this.
The song is all about trying to get out of this bad experience, this bad relationship, stronger and not weaker. And that's what's happening with the whole album. No Te Amo is like I got over you, and that's the last track of the album. It's like, you know, I don't need you anymore. So I didn't know what to expect. For me, the normal form is someone singing along and having different shots. And I knew that we were not singing along in this video. So I was a bit worried, but absolutely gobsmacked. Just, wow.
I think the weirdest thing for me and the most challenging thing was not having like sound whilst filming. Because obviously you put the music on top of it, and we didn't have any like speech or like mics and different things going on. So for that, me, like, was like, yeah, it was really weird, but it was nice because then I didn't have to think about costuming over mics and stuff like that.
Camera speed, slider speed, and action.
I think everybody got on quite well. We all knew what we were meant to do. You know, we were not kind of in a disruptive, you know, mood trying to, you know, argue about things. I did forget someone's name the whole day, so I think he got a bit fed up with me.
Personally, with my style of design, it was a lot to do with colour and mood, and the 4 basic scenes we had in the 4 seasons. and just kind of finding a colourway for each of those and then matching an environment with it and just creating something that was, you know, really cold and bitter and dark for winter, but then something that was really like bright and airy and flirty and very orange. I like orange for summer. So creating those kind of contrasts so every time we see through the window it's different and it's a drastic change, but it's not, it's the same people, but you can see that something's changed, not just in the environment but within them.
Thanks to our experience, we're able to kind of create photorealistic environments, and this really kind of helped to make the piece seamless to the point that you can't even tell that it's CG, which is very important. You don't want to kind of find yourself in a situation where the CG is so jarring that it takes you out of the moment. And that was quite critical, is to make sure that everything was kind of like worked seamlessly, was convincing, but also timed with the events on screen, which was very important to try and get those key points across in the music video. One of the key benefits of working in this way was that it just allowed us to choreograph everything with the action on screen, so that when they were arguing, the weather would reflect that.
I think with the summer scene, everything was, you know, we went for that classic IKEA theme, how everyone's first house is. And it's great and it's happy and it's, you know, you're not really fussed about what it is as long as you have it and you feel the space and you're excited and you buy like random ornaments that you would never normally have just because you've got your own house and it's exciting. So yeah, that scene was very much a lot more busy. There was a lot more colour, a lot more things, a lot more excitement because they didn't have that much. They kind of symbolised how much they had between them and how much happier they were and how much more motivated they were to create a space that was their own for both of them, something that was comfortable and something that was happy. And then we move on when they do have lots of money and they have less because they're empty. Everything's a lot more square and like, when you get more expensive things, they seem a lot more basic. They just cost more. So there's a lot of kind of plain, neutral colours and, you know, symbolising that there was just emptiness between them. There wasn't much left.
I love the way that the song got shortened up, so we got straight into the verses, chorus. It goes so smoothly. The whole theme was about season, about how we start. This relationship is blossoming and how it starts fading. So it's just perfect fit.
How do I even describe KOKOH? Great, just hilarious. It was just great. I think that was one of the best parts because normally when you have someone who wants something done for themselves, they don't want to be as involved and they normally want to be in charge and like, but no one had that kind of thing, especially like KOKOH is very much like chilled out and just on the same level as everyone, and it was great.
So on the songs, I was meant to sing on more of the verses, but he's been really professional in terms of my voice. Like I'm not the usual singer, so I had to work quite hard on my voice and on my stomach, like how to kind of project my voice. So he helped me a lot, and we took so many takes, and I'm just really grateful for him to have been so patient because it was hard. At the end of the day, I trust him, I trust his instinct because I like what he does. He's always managed to gather a team, an amazing team of people. He's worked with a lot of artists.
I would love to do more stuff with KOKOH, mainly because it was fast-paced and it was good. We made it happen so quickly because we were all on the same level. I'd like to do that again for another project. And I like his style as well. I feel like we can make some really good stuff for Soho. I think when we do the next video, Don't Tell Him, with lots of lovely drag queens, it's going to be a lot bigger and bolder and ruder. I've listened to the lyrics already. I've got ideas in my head.